So
So
you have
these
to,
are two possible scenarios. Investing in an area that's already fully developed,
yes.
but with very marginal returns, no? Okay?
Yeah.
Or investing in an
Outside.
outlying area
Uh-huh.
where it's cheaper, but the chances of selling are a lot lower. However, the returns are a lot bigger. So you have to balance your portfolio.
You
no?
have to
Yeah.
really weigh the consequences of each
Yeah,
investment.
yeah. But you see, what's interesting about real estate trends is that's in effect what's happening now. The markets are spreading, so the areas interesting for real estate players and buyers is also widening. So opportunities are
Yes.
also a lot more. You know, so that's why all of these are possibilities. And this might be the right time to start appreciating what the business can provide you, what
Exactly.
kind of returns, you know. So there, it's
Yeah,
really
definitely.
looking good.
Yeah, I mean, by the looks of what you're talking about, I think it's actually a good time, and a lot of people are they're just a bit curious about what's happening, and sometimes they don't know the real story behind it. So how about is there a process that they should follow in terms of like buying lots, etc.? I mean, I'm sure we discussed the 5 A's, but how do they actually go about it? Let's say if you're starting a formal real estate business, like if you really want to be a developer, etc. What could be like a good process to follow? I'm sure it's
Actually,
research, etc. But
yeah, if you're totally maybe zero knowledge on real estate, no? So what would be needed would be tapping a whole set of real estate consultants or service providers.
Like you.
Like us and people similar to us, no? To assist you. Okay. Of course, this comes at a certain,
Price.
say, reasonable cost. Okay.
Okay.
And then with that group assisting you, then you're sure you can graduate to the next level, no? Now, however, if you happen to be already inside the real estate business, then you have a positive item going for you immediately. All you have to do is tap your networks and move from there, no? So, but even for the uninitiated, then my suggestion is get the proper consulting help, okay, and then go step by step. Do not immediately go into a big project, no? Okay, try something that's doable.
Exactly.
No? Depending on the size of the project you're talking about, you can have the number of consultants that you would be needing to do that. Okay.
So you really have to evaluate first
Yeah.
what kind of project you want to.
Yeah. If you don't want to hire the consultants and you have time, so you enroll in real estate courses and get educated properly. A lot of schools do that also. Okay. So I mean, certain real estate
Yeah,
professionals
of
also
course,
make themselves available. Seminars
At
to
a very
attend.
affordable.
Yeah. Depends on how much you want to learn and how soon, no? So these are all, anyway, it's part of educating yourself and enriching your knowledge of the real estate business.
And then knowledge is always priceless.
Yes.
Right?
And it's good to learn it that way. And there's also plenty of literature already available there. So you can go through just our friendly bookstore and start reading on the stuff, no?
Yeah.
Okay, and then that gets you going, really. So,
Well, I think it's a very I think it's a very good time right now that they start reading about this, and actually this conversation has been very informative in terms of us knowing about more the real estate industry. How about what are your maybe tips for the ones who are maybe not so sure about investing yet? Those usually people invest in condos and apartments, but they don't really know like which company to trust. I mean, there's so many competitors. I'm sure you know. I wouldn't name names anymore, but
normally, if you have to buy what we call investment assets in real estate, make sure that the developer offering that particular property to you is somebody that you could trust. No, so credibility counts. Track record, years of experience in the business, delivery record. Do they deliver what they promise at the right time, at the right price? Okay, so is the quality as promised? All of this come into play. So if you're a passive investor, you have to look at all of this. Okay, and sometimes if these people are now inviting you to participate in the project, you go through the same process. Counter check first if they're worth trusting your money with. Okay, so that's step number one. Make sure that you've done your homework, you've checked around. Yeah,
a lot of homework.
Always. Do not be immediately maybe enamored with promise returns without checking is this guy capable of delivering the numbers he promised. So counter check first. No? After all, that's why you're investing. You want a better than average return than what you would have invested if you put it in financial assets or even in just bank deposits. No? So you're looking at an alternative that yields you more. So you have to judge the quality and character and credibility of the group that's proposing that real estate investment to you. So once that's settled, you're in.
I think that's a very crucial part of it. Yeah.
Now, for those who want to get into the business naman, I mentioned if you're not in it, educate yourself fast, either by getting consultants in or start reading on it, and then start slowly with what you can afford and learn gradually until you gain enough confidence to do a bigger project. No?
So it's really starting with a few projects first, not jumping into the.
Well, you're getting you're assuming a very big risk if you do that, no? But right now, my main point is start investing in real estate assets, learn the business, learn how earnings could be generated by being in the business in a small way, in a very defined way, and hopefully, as you learn more of the whys and wherefores of the real estate business, it gives you enough confidence to proceed to something bigger later.
Exactly.
And who knows, you could be a major real estate developer pretty soon, no?
Like you before.
Well, you know, there's of course, Senator Villar started that way. Just one house and lot for sale, build and sell, and then look where he is now in terms of being one of the biggest players in the real estate business. No?
It's also having a vision for, I mean, depending on what you want to do, you just want to be a small player, you want to be a real estate magnate.
Maybe that's the other important contribution of the real estate business. It got plenty of value added. Each real estate project that you do involves a lot of workers, a lot of contractors, a lot of service providers. You're generating a lot of jobs, no?
Okay.
And if that's done on a sustaining basis,
it's very fulfilling.
Then it's gonna be a very key component of our gross domestic product. Actually, that's why construction and real estate is a key component of our GDP. That's the role there. It creates a lot of value added, no? So if participants in the business become more aware of that, then good. And if we can get a lot of investors to channel their savings into the real estate sector, even better, no? So
it's also getting these investors to put their money in the.
There's plenty, right? Maybe just to correlate with the booming business process outsourcing sector, no? We can actually invite more developers of buildings for lease to the BPOs as a possible real estate earning asset, no? In fact,
so they would look, I mean, not only the real estate business, but outside, like what businesses actually need these pieces of land or infrastructure.
And right now, all the key players in the property business are generating a lot of rental income from BPOs. We start with Mega World, Ayala Land, SM, Robinson. Practically all key players are there already, you know. So but they are doing big projects. There's room to do, you know, maybe more medium-sized projects servicing the same BPO sector, you know, and that's really the booming part of real estate these days. No?
I mean,
worldwide recession notwithstanding.
I know. I mean, there are a lot of other businesses looking for these kinds of infrastructure that.
Plenty.
So, sir, was there any experience in the past that you know you want, maybe if you had the chance to go back to the past, you'd want to like you know, try to change it so at least you can help other people. Like I'm sure there were in your experience in the real estate industry, there are a lot of things that you would have wanted to do but you didn't get to do because of, you know, certain decisions. How do you actually, you know, when you're in a certain stage already, how do you make decisions in terms of like, oh, someone's offering me this? I mean, when there are a lot of like opportunities already, how do you?
I really look first at what the offer looks like. Is the real estate being offered to me? Does it happen to be in an area which I more or less could project a